Hey everybody. Um, yeah, fair warning, this is in English again. I know I told you a few weeks ago that this upcoming one would be in German, but once again, I've managed to poorly manage my time. I leave for Italy tomorrow and haven't packed, and it's 11 p.m. here, so sorry. You know what this means? This means you're getting more videos in French this semester. That's what this means, because I'm a horrible person, and I apologize. Speaking of, you know, languages, as we do here, typically. This week's topic was my idea. Okay, sorry. So I'm just gonna, the only word I can think of is the German word, Erweitern. I'm going to expand upon, there you go, attitude switching? I'm sure there's a term for it somewhere, but we're just gonna call it attitude switching between languages. For example, I'm going to tell you about me personally. You might have noticed, but in English I tend to be a little bit more sarcastic, a little bit more irritating and sassy as in German. Not because I don't see the opportunities for snark in German, but because I feel less certain in my own abilities to express the snark that's in my head. So sometimes I just don't, or sometimes I demur and say something softly sarcastic, but my humor changes in German, also because German language is a much drier humor. People who say Germans don't have a sense of humor are wrong. Germans have a wonderful sense of humor. It's just as dry as the desert, and it's absolutely fantastic. Anyway, yeah, so for me personally, my sense of humor changes. My politeness changes, because in German you have the construction between du and sie, between informal addressing and formal addressing of a person, which a lot of languages have. Obviously, I think English is one of at least the few that I can think of that doesn't, Chinese being another. But anyway, so my conception of politeness and social acceptability changes. Also because while I've been here, I've learned what Germans see as socially acceptable in what context. Like today, it's a Tuesday night, but every bar and restaurant with a TV in the Hauptstrasse was packed full of people, loud Germans with beers in their hands, just everywhere, on a Tuesday night. A little bit weird, because it's there's a Champions League game going on, and they had them all showing on all the bars. So there's just a stereotypical example about how social conduct changes in different situations, and how I've had to get used to that in the German culture, and also, of course, through my language use. So I've picked up on how to use my language in many different situations. And sometimes, if I'm speaking or writing in English, but I'm still somehow in German mode from a previous conversation or from tutoring session or something, then it leaks over into my English. I might miss a moment of snark that I would typically take in English. I might make some kind of dry comment that I wouldn't usually make in English. I might bite my tongue when I wouldn't usually in English. I might be more formal, or I might just be a little bit more kind of reserved. Not to say that I completely change who I am in German. That was a little bit of a long list that hit some key points about who I am, but it's not that I completely change as a person between languages. It's that I change how I react to other people in key languages, because the language that builds whatever culture I'm in at the moment reflects, that was a German mode moment, reflects the reactions that are expected, or maybe the reactions to which there is a further reaction, chain reaction of languages, or something. I was thinking earlier, as I was mulling over this topic, I was thinking, does it have anything to do with code switching? Does attitude switching go with code switching? If sometimes my German mode affects my capabilities in English, or if I'm not thinking straight when I'm talking to a German and I say something out of the blue and they go, huh? Because I'm still thinking in an English mode, so this has something to do with code switching. Also code switching, die Fähigkeit, womit man zwischen Sprachen wechselt. The ability someone has to just flip in and out of verschiedene Sprachen ohne Problem and then just keep going without difficulty. Because I don't want to add subtitles to this, I just did that on purpose. I just said in a mix of German and English that code switching is the ability to switch in and out of languages without a problem. There you go. A little bit of snark. Yeah, so maybe that could be a theme for an upcoming week, or maybe I'll just do a little bit of research on it and make a video on how code switching relates to that for next week, because I'd be really interested to know. So, you stay tuned, I'll do the research. Apologize once again for the late video last week. Hopefully the next one will not be late. I will still be in Italy, but it should be a nice hotel, so I'm hoping the Wi-Fi will be a little bit better. Let's see if I can get you guys a cool footage of something. We'll see. Also, welcome to Chris Huff to Chuff. Welcome aboard, my friend. Let's do nerdy language things. Okay. I'm gonna pack. And bis nächste Woche. Tschüss.